Vanessa. Craig's behind the camera today because the cute little stand thing I had for the holding the phone, the microphone on it died, so I've had to send it back to get a replacement. So we're back to doing the old technology way. Strip piecing. So on your churn dash block, also known as the double monkey wrench block, you're going to cut 2 strips if you choose to use the strip piecing method. 2 strips, sew them together. I have chosen to open the seam on the back of mine, and the main thing to do is to double check that once they're sewn together they do measure the correct width, which is in your pattern instructions. So I talk in the pattern about squaring off the end. So you'll notice my 2 strips, I haven't bothered to cut to match up the ends. I'm going to trim off the end nice and neatly and then cut my units from that. So actually I'll do it this way first. So hopefully Craig has got the camera sort of lined up. So the main thing I'm looking for is to make sure that my lines on my ruler are matching the edges of the fabric top and bottom and the seam through the middle. So that helps to make sure the end is going to be cut nice and square, which is perpendicular to the seams. So there's my first little bit. So I say in the instructions to cut your strips a little bit longer than what you actually need to allow for trimming off the end. And now I'm going to cut my units. So I'm making sure the end I've just trimmed is on the line of my ruler. And again, I'm looking to see that the line on my ruler is parallel with the seam and the edges of the fabric. So that's 1. 2, and you'll notice every time I finish cutting, I close the safety on my blade. Don't know about you, but I have had a couple of nicks in the past. These blades will cut through flesh and they will cut through bone. Treat them like any kitchen knife, any sharp objects. There's number 3. And then my last one, again, I'm double checking as I'm working along that all of my lines are staying true to the ruler. And there's my last little bit. So I've now got 4 units, the correct size, and you'll notice they are the same size as the other pieces you'll be cutting in the block, and they're ready now to be sewn into the block, which I'm going to do very shortly, and then I'll upload a picture of what I've done. Okay then, oh, the other thing I'll just mention before I go, with my patchwork I use a shorter stitch length. So I use about a 1.8 to a 2, depends on your machine. So particularly when you're cross cutting, a shorter stitch length means that your stitches are going to be less likely to pop open if the ends get pulled. So it just helps to hold everything together a little bit more securely. So I'm going to go sew these into my block and finish making these couple of blocks. Okay, bye.